wild chain of events after an Amazon truck driver was carjacked. How the driver's supervisor tried to take matters into his own hands. And a backyard bear sighting. An animal takes a dip in a Southern California pool, and apparently this isn't the first time. Hey, you're watching The Rundown. I'm Stephanie Elmo, in for Robin Winston. More on those stories in a moment, but first, we're paying more for gas than we ever have before. There are new record high prices in each county. LA is the most expensive, with gas at $6.49 a gallon. It's more than $2 above the national average, and there's debate over why we're paying so much.
Had a string of both planned and unplanned refinery maintenance issues, which severely reduced our fuel inventories here in California.
This is profiteering. This is price gouging.
Governor Gavin Newsom is calling on companies to produce the winter blend gas earlier than usual. It's cheaper to make. He also wants to tax oil company profits. California's Department of Water Resources says our state is headed for an especially dry winter. California had the driest January to March period in at least a century. Officials believe this will be more common as the planet warms. You'll probably remember Governor Newsom asked everyone to cut their water use by 15%, but the state still has not met that target. Now let's take a look at your forecast with meteorologist Belen De Leon.
What's your favorite season? Well, I asked my friends on Twitter. Out of 427 votes, most people said fall by 44%. Well, unfortunately, the weather in the coming days isn't going to feel very much like fall. We're going to have to wait for that. An area of high pressure will be moving into the west coast, and the weather is going to be warm for this time of year with a shallow marine layer. In fact, by the end of the week, it gets even warmer. Friday and Saturday, things are going to be toasty as that area of high pressure brings the heat. Now, thankfully, we're not looking at any excessive heat, any heat advisories, but it's warm for this time of year. Look at the trend in West Covina. We've got upper 80s, low 90s, and then just a slight warm up at the end of the week when we get to 92 on Friday and Saturday. The temperatures start to trend cooler for the second half of the weekend and through early next week. So I know it's fall, but practice good heat safety, stay hydrated and cool. Back to you.
At least one person is in police custody after a group of gunmen held up an Amazon truck driver and carjacked him. This all started Monday morning when an Amazon driver was delivering packages in Fontana. The suspects approached the truck and carjacked it. The driver's supervisor tracked down the stolen truck and drove out to a field where the suspects were unloading the packages. That's when they shot at the supervisor.
We tracked the van to a field. As I walked up to the field, he saw me, shot at me. I took off running back towards my car.
Are you okay?
I'm totally fine. I mean, these guys are just out trying to work hard, you know, and this is like, you know, it's so dangerous, but it's not even worth it. There's nothing in those, there's ain't nothing in Amazon packages but a bunch of kitty litter. Stop stealing Amazon vans.
Yeah, he tells us there was a short pursuit with police before the truck crashed into a wall. That's when the suspect was taken into custody. All right, we're paying more for gas, groceries, and household goods. I know, the story continues. And this winter, we'll be adding Christmas trees to that growing list. According to an industry group, more growers will be charging between 5 and 15% more than they usually do. The reason, you ask? Well, you guessed it, inflation. Farmers say they've been spending more on labor, seed, and fertilizer, and they need to pass those costs on to the customers. So for a typical 6-foot tree, expect to pay between $80 and $100, and the price tag will be even higher the taller you go. Kim Kardashian is on the hook for $1.3 million to settle charges over a crypto promotion on Instagram. The Securities and Exchange Commission says Kardashian unlawfully promoted EMAX tokens on IG without disclosing that she was being paid $250,000 for the promotion. The post in June 2021 included a link to EMAX's website, which had instructions for potential investors to purchase tokens. The SEC says that violates the anti-touting provisions of federal securities law. Kardashian has also agreed to not promote any crypto assets for 3 years. Will Smith's first project since he slapped Chris Rock on the stage at the Oscars is already getting a lot of award season buzz.
I will not be afraid. What can a mere man do to me?
The movie is called Emancipation. It's inspired by a true story of a slave who escaped a Louisiana plantation and made his way to the North to join the Union Army. Smith has been banned from attending the Oscars for 10 years, but he's still eligible to be nominated. Emancipation is due in theaters on December 2nd and will stream on Apple TV Plus a week after that. All right, last season did not go as planned for the Lakers, but the Big Three are back, and if you want to watch the team tip off the 2022-23 season, you have to pay some big bucks. Tickets to the Lakers' first game are the second most expensive regular season tickets in NBA history. The reason? The opener is up in the Bay Area, where the Golden State Warriors will be raising another championship banner. If you want to go, the average price for a single seat on the resale market, here up, it is $897. The only time regular season tickets were more expensive was for Kobe Bryant's final game back in April of 2016. And a rude awakening for one protester. He ran onto the field at the Rams game carrying a flare, so Rams linebacker Bobby Wagner laid him out. Wagner said the man looked like he wasn't supposed to be on the field, so he decided to help out security. By the way, the Rams lost to the 49ers Monday night 24-9. At least it gives people something else to talk about, right? Yeah, the Tournament of the Roses announced the 2023 Royal Court.
It is my honor to present to you the 2023 Tournament of Roses Royal Court.
7 members out of 28 finalists were inducted at the Tournament House in Pasadena. They were selected based on public speaking ability, youth leadership, academic achievement, and community and school involvement.
I can't believe it. I'm literally in shock. I came into this just like happy to be here, and I'm just so happy that all of my hard work paid off and that I get to represent my school in the court.
The newly named Royal Court members will be riding on a float and attending the 109th Rose Bowl game in January. Trader Joe's shoppers will be happy to hear about this. Free samples are back at some stores, and it's the first time we're seeing this since the start of the pandemic. Enthusiastic social media posts about the free samples started popping up all over this weekend. There are also reports that food demos are coming back too. We reached out to Trader Joe's to get the official word. As you may know from personal experience, those free samples lead to a lot of sales. Costco brought back its samples last year. Classes got off to a pretty wild start at a middle school in Riverside County. Take a look. A coyote was spotted by staff at Mission Middle School in Jurupa Valley, walking the campus before classes began. Then it took refuge in the bathroom. A Riverside County Animal Services officer had to coax the coyote out of the stall. The officer lassoed the animal and transported him to a deserted area to set him free. All right, this bear was feeling right at home in a backyard pool. He was living his best life over the weekend at a Chatsworth home. And it's not the first time he's been to this backyard. The family says he's been visiting them on and off since Labor Day. This time around, he was seen rummaging through the outdoor kitchen, taking a swim, and of course, picking through the garbage for some leftover goodies. The family has already nicknamed him Baloo after the bear from the Jungle Book. All right, you can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app on our website, NBCLA.com. See you next time on The Rundown.